I am reading the Honorable CS's own documents. He's the one who's attempting to amend the document. It says one of the parameters, and it is in the law, is you need to confirm that it is not, the entity is not subject to any current legal proceedings. That is not something that can be found in financial statements.
So where you get the indicators from? Chair, we have three items here. There is insolvency, tax compliant, and criminal conviction. Now, under insolvency, is not insolvent, under receivership or bankrupt, and its affairs are not being administered by a court or judicial officer. Its business activities have not been suspended, and it is not subject to any current legal precedent. And then that is why the financial statements were provided.
That's what I'm saying, CS. It is not the requirement, the required document to demonstrate that people have no litigation cannot be the financial statements. Let me move on to the tax compliance in the jurisdictions in which it has local tax presence. It says here in the remarks that you provided an Indian income tax return acknowledgement. Is it the position that Adani only operates in India?
Chair, I may not know how many countries Adani operates in, but I know that the mother or the parent country where tax compliance is domiciled is India.
But the requirement of in which it has local tax presence.
That is what is in the law.
Okay, let me move very quickly, Honorable Chair, to page. Actually 22, Honorable Chair. I wanted to ask Chair, the CS needs to listen to the question so that he doesn't.
Yeah, I think that's not fair to me. Have I been answering my own questions?
When I'm going to ask the question, I can see you engage in another conversation.
You can't know the CS on my task.
I know the CS, Honorable Chair. I know you cannot multitask. I know him.
Just go ahead and ask your question.
Yes, under the special purpose vehicle provision there, you will see that there is a requirement you clear, that the proponent should clear the nexus between Adani Airport Holding Limited and Abu Dhabi Consortium Company. That is at page 37 of the PIP. CS, can you confirm whether that has been done?
Chair, I think let us not mix issues here. This was a recommendation for detailed due diligence, which is still ongoing.
Correct.
So that will be determined later.
So you're saying it has not been done?
It has not been done.
Okay.
Or if it has been done, it has not been communicated to the National Treasury.
Now, there was a discussion also, Chair, on the question of employment. And this is at page 27 of the same document. Your counterpart from Treasury was here, not Treasury, from Transport, and he told this committee that all current employees of KA will be offered an opportunity to work once Adani take over the airports. If you read at page 27 on employees, it talks about the proponent proposes to offer employment to a mutually agreed percentage of current employees of the contracting authority on terms and conditions as provided in the concession agreement. What percentage were they proposing, if you are aware? What percentage are they saying they can absorb?
I'm trying to get part of my answer to that question because I've read it earlier, even though that was what was offered by the proponent. I may not have the percentages, but the recommendation from committee was very clear.
I'm talking about their proposal. What were they proposing?
That was proposal of Adani.
What were they proposing? What percentage?
I can't be able to yeah, so the percentage they are taking, I may need to cross-check in their proposal. It might be in the proposal document which we have here. Very well. But one thing that I want to be clear on is that was their proposal, but the recommendation of the committee is totally different. The committee is recommending as follows, that the Kenya Airports Authority should ensure that current employees of Jkia are onboarded by the concessionaire on priority basis.
Very well. You have said you don't know what percentage you are proposing. In the final question on this document here is that therefore CS, the conclusion that is found at this page is not numbered, but I suppose it's page 30. There are conclusions and recommendations there, and the conclusion is that the proponent has provided all documentation in accordance with the requirements of Section 41 of the PPP Act 2021. That conclusion and recommendation cannot be true, Honorable CS, after what we have gone through. There are gaps in the documentation.
Chair, I agree that there are gaps, and those gaps clearly have enumerated. The first one was 22, there are 19. Those are all documented. The PPP committee made recommendation that before we go to the project development phase, then these are supposed to be provided. So they are properly documented. And by the way, the committee will not approve the project, the process will not proceed to conclusion until and unless those conditions are met.
Okay, then you speak a working paper, which I think you have annexed as Annex E. And Honorable Chair, this one I have problems with it, the same problem I had with the document that the CS referred to. These recommendations of the PPP Directorate, because they are important, Honorable Chair, you will notice that first they are unsigned. They are unsigned, Honorable CS. Is it possible for recommendations of the PPP Directorate to take the form that you have brought before this House? And Annex E.
Mr. Chairman, maybe these are technical working papers, the way I understand it, and it was submitted to the committee. Once it is submitted, then a decision is taken and they're adopted. But if you want the directorate, if it's a requirement, then you can ask the directorate to confirm the same. But these are information from the directorate, so I don't see why they should.
If you were to encounter that document under the CS Mbadi in your office, it is not on letterhead, it is not signed by anyone, and then somebody tells you these are the recommendations of a PPP Directorate, would you accept that standard?
You know, if I encounter documents anyhow in my office, I would not treat them seriously.
Thank you. I'm not treating this one seriously.
I only treat seriously a document that someone can call.
Honorable Chair, let me move to something he said about the powers of this PPP committee. Honorable CS, you read to us the law again on PPP, and it says that it is the committee to make the decision approving a PIP, right? That is the law. The law you read us. Are you aware whether the decision of the PPP committee is subject to appeal or direction from any other quarters? Under the law?
I haven't seen that in the law. I have read the law. I have not seen where it can be appealed, but you may cite.
Can a procuring entity direct the PPP on what to do? The PPP committee?
This committee is supposed to work independently.
Very well. So you have attached a letter here and Annex L, and I want you to go with me there. There's a letter and Annex L. It's actually a memo. This memo is originating from Henry Ogoe, the acting managing director of KA, the procuring entity, addressed to the chairperson PIP Evaluation Committee. Honorable Mbadi, please read for us the last paragraph on that letter.
You are therefore directed to reconvene the committee sittings and amend the report accordingly.
Do you think that is proper for the procuring entity to be directing the PIP committee to reconvene so that they can amend their report?
Yeah, I don't think this letter was to the PPP committee.
What does it say at the top?
This is chairperson of the PIP evaluation committee.
You don't see any problem?
Which is a technical body, basically from KAA. It's actually the KAA which is leading it with the directorate. It's not a directive to the committee, as you had earlier indicated.
Okay. Let's see what the committee recommends under Annexure M. Honorable Chair, Annexure M, there is a recommendations of the PPP Directorate. I don't know if we're together, Chair, or I'm moving too fast.
I'm with you, Chair, I'm aligned. I'm moving as fast as Senator Sifuna is moving.
Again, Chair, I have similar problems with this document. The document is not on letterhead. It is not signed by anyone. This is the PPP Committee Technical Working Paper on the Kenyatta International Airport. Now, at page 9, there is a recommendation at the bottom there on the Mbadi. I wish that you read it for the committee as well. Page 9 of that report,
I can read
paragraph 6.
Let me read it. The evaluation committee made recommendations which the PPP Directorate endorses and conveys.
You are reading the wrong document.
Okay.
There is Annexure M. Annexure M.
So which document do you have? Could you kindly read it? Because, so that we don't go back and forth. Is it, because you said paragraph 6, recommendations of the Mbadi.
This is your own document. I'm going by the way you filed them. It's Annexure M on my file. M on my file at page 9.
Chair, let me read what I have. If you have another one, you can read it, Senator Sifuna, so that we can know which one is the correct one.
Read yours.
Recommendations of the PPP Directorate. Okay. My apologies, I think we got a wrong one.
Oh, you are accusing me of reading my own things? Yes. You are the one reading the wrong things.
You see, Senator Sifuna, these documents are many and bulky.
But you went ahead to accuse me of reading the wrong documents. I am using your bundle. This document came
Let
from
me just stay focused and read what you want me to read. I think we don't have luxury of time. In several respects, as detailed in the observations above, the feasibility study report submitted by the proponent has not fully satisfied the evaluation criteria of project feasibility and affordability. The evaluation committee made recommendations which the PPP Directorate endorses and conveys to the PPPC.
Thank you. I just needed you to cover that part under the recommendations, which has called out that the proponent has not fully satisfied the evaluation criteria of the project. Chair, allow me to conclude, because I can see, I know that my colleagues would also want to add something. There is a communication, the last annexure actually, Chair. I think it's, this one is XYZ, the last one. There is a letter dated 11th March 2024. It originated from Christopher Kirigwa, the Director General of Public-Private Partnerships, to the Honorable Solicitor General, Shadrach Mose. I wanted confirmation that there was a response to that letter. Did the Solicitor General nominate a state council as per the request of the PPP Directorate?
Yeah, we could have Kirigwa is here. If you got a response, he could just respond to that so that I don't have to go over the point.
It's okay, you can delegate for that response.
Thank you, Chair. Senator Sifuna, confirm honorable. We did receive a response and nominated individual.
Where is that response?
Honorable, I'll check if we have it here, but I'll try within the course of this meeting. I will share it with you.